With Cyberpunk 2077's life cycle officially coming to a close, and Cyberpunk's sequel, Project Orion, now being in pre-production, it's safe to say that we won't be seeing that sequel until years down the road. Because of how far away it is, I felt that right now is the perfect time for me to express what I feel like the sequel needs. After all, the stakes are now higher since the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 was, let's just say, not the best. CDPR can't afford another bad launch like that again, especially not for Cyberpunk's sequel. So, let's see what features and content the sequel should have at launch. First things first, one of Cyberpunk's biggest issues to me personally was the lack of activities to do within the city. So I'm gonna say that the first thing that I'm hoping to see in the sequel is more of that. Just to be clear, when I say more activities, I don't mean more gigs, missions, or NCPD scanners. I mean things like sitting at a bar and hanging out with a friend, or going to Lizzie's and experiencing a brain dance, or hell, even being able to go to a bench or a random chair in the environment and just sit down. A lot of these things are small features that have been modded into Cyberpunk 2077, and I gotta say, it's hard to play the vanilla game without them. It just helps the player soak in the environment so much more, and it really allows the player to live in it, to live in Night City. And that level of interaction makes Night City feel more alive, even though it's a small addition. A lot of players don't want to just work in Night City doing merc work, they want to actually live in it too, and what better to do that, what better to bring that feeling than adding just more fun activities that we can do outside of our times doing gigs and missions and all that. So yeah, let us do more fun activities throughout the city. Allow us to hang out with our romance more, allow us to go on street races in our own time, allow us to do a brain dance at Lizzie's bar, just allow us to soak in Night City. Next is, and I'm pretty sure I speak for every Cyberpunk fan when I say this, more romances. As beautiful as Cyberpunk 2077's romances were, they were also very limiting. Judy, Panam, Carrie, and River are all great, but we want more. The quest lines and romances with these characters were some of the best parts of Cyberpunk 2077, so adding more variety to that aspect of it would make the sequel objectively better in that area. It would also just straight up add more replayability to the game. They don't even need to be full-scale romances either, like even small little flings like the one with Meredith Stout would add a lot. The next one is a bigger feature than anything that I've mentioned so far, and that feature is a humanity meter. Cyberpsychosis is a huge part of the Cyberpunk universe, but despite that, 2077, especially in its gameplay, doesn't touch up on that enough. No matter how many implants you install, cyberware you use, or NPCs you kill, V can never go cyberpsycho or even feel any side effects of it. Adding those side effects into the game and adding a humanity meter that you need to manage in order to prevent going cyberpsycho would add a whole new level of depth into the Cyberpunk formula. You could even intertwine this mechanic with the sandbox activities that I talked about earlier. Maybe you could regain humanity by just taking some time to hang out with friends or petting a cat. A good foundation for this feature would be the wannabe Edgerunner mod, which pretty much does exactly everything that I talked about. Taking this mod, implementing it into the vanilla version of the sequel, and building upon it would be a dream. 2077's customization is good, but it can be better. I'm hoping that the sequel's customization is a bit more fleshed out and expansive, giving us some more ways to sculpt our character. In fact, not just more ways to sculpt our character, but also more ways to build the personality of our character. Just allow us to style our character more. Allow us to give our character chrome skin, give us like 100 or so different hairstyles. Make it so that the cyberware you apply is actually seen on your body. Extensive customization like this allows us to get more connected to our character, and therefore more immersed in the game. Anyway, that about covers all of the things that I want to see in the sequel for Cyberpunk 2077. Of course, there are more things that I would like to see, but these are the main 5 that come to mind whenever I think about wish list. If there's anything else you'd like to see from the sequel, drop them down in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.